Being sick can be a profoundly lonely experience. When pain finds a place in your body, all your thoughts, emotions, and attention seem to gather around that one aching spot. If you found your way to this video, perhaps you're living with illness, or watching someone you love suffer from it. Today, we will explore what the Buddha taught about the state of illness, what kind of mindset we can hold, how we might meet suffering, and what kind of wisdom can grow through it. All drawn from the original Buddhist scriptures. In the Samyutta Nikaya, we find a touching moment. An aging lay follower named Nakulapita came to the Buddha, frail, weak, and overcome with despair. He said, "Blessed One, I have lived a virtuous life, but now my body is full of pain and weakness. What more can I do with this failing form?" The Buddha looked at him gently and replied, "Nakulapita, your body may be sick, but your mind does not have to be." This single line became like a lantern in the dark. The Buddha continued, "Decay and illness are conditions of the body, but the mind can rest in clarity and calm. Even when the body is fragile, the heart can become still, and from stillness, wisdom can rise." That day, Nakulapita stopped seeing his pain as punishment or burden, and began to treat it as a companion in practice. So if today you find yourself suffering, please remember these words. The body may be sick, but the mind need not be. Let your awareness wrap gently around the pain. It is the first step to turning illness into part of the path. Next, let us hear how the Buddha responded to the suffering of others, not just through words, but with his own hands. In the Vinaya, the monastic code, we find a profound story. One day, the Buddha visited a monastery and noticed a monk lying alone, covered in filth and sores. He was so ill he could not wash himself, and no one had helped him. Without a word, the Buddha fetched warm water, washed the monk's body, cleansed his wounds, and wrapped him in fresh robes. The monks gathered in shock. Ananda, the Buddha's attendant, asked, "Lord, why do you personally tend to this man?" The Buddha responded, "Ananda, one who tends to the sick tends to me." Then he spoke to the whole community. If you wish to honor the Buddha, tend to the sick, for it is through care and compassion that the Dhamma truly lives. From that day, the monks began looking after the sick with reverence. When we care for someone who is suffering, or even witness their suffering with kindness, we're not only serving them, but tending to our own capacity for love. And when we care for ourselves in our own sickness, with that same gentle awareness, we follow in the Buddha's footsteps. Next, we turn to a moment when the Buddha himself fell ill and showed the greatest calm amid pain. Yes, even the Buddha experienced pain. In the Mahaparinibbana Sutta of the Daya Nikaya, we are told of his final days. He was in his 80s, walking from village to village, when a severe illness took hold. His stomach burned with agony. His breath was labored. Ananda, in distress, asked, "Lord, can nothing be done to ease this suffering?" The Buddha replied calmly, "Ananda, I am gravely ill. but my mind is not disturbed. Then he said, I have let go of all craving, all expectations of this body. Now I allow it to follow its course. Even in suffering, the Buddha taught by example. Peace does not mean the absence of pain, but freedom from resistance to it. Before his passing, he left us with these words: Be a lamp unto yourselves. Take refuge in the Dhamma. His illness did not overshadow his message. It illuminated it. We can still choose clarity, even when the body trembles. Next, we'll explore what the Buddha taught about the causes of illness and why sickness is not a punishment, but a part of life. When illness strikes, people often blame themselves. Did I do something wrong? Is this karma from a past life? But in the Samyutta Agama, the Buddha spoke of 4 causes of illness. 1. Diet and lifestyle in this life. 2. Mental stress or emotional agitation. 3. Results of past karma. 4. Natural changes from conditions beyond control. He reminded us, just because one is ill does not mean one is at fault. Everything that arises is a product of causes and conditions. Illness, too, is part of impermanence. Instead of resisting or blaming, we can meet illness with wisdom. The Buddha once asked, do you respond to this pain with fear or with mindfulness? Some may experience illness as only suffering, but others may find in it a space for reflection, humility, and deeper connection. For some, illness becomes a turning point, a teacher that slows us down so we can really see. And so, we come to our final reflection: how to practice with illness, and what it means to live with compassion and balance, even in pain. In the Sutta Nipata, the Buddha taught, even in sickness, one who abides in loving kindness and equanimity is a true practitioner. There is a story of a monk who was overcome by pain. He told the Buddha, Lord, I can no longer concentrate. The pain consumes me. What should I do? The Buddha answered, let your mind rest with the breath. Send kindness with every inhale. Observe each sensation with steady awareness. See the pain not as enemy, but as a passing wave. He then gave the monk this reflection: this body is not mine. This pain is not here to punish. It has arisen, it will abide, and it too shall cease. This is the nature of all things. And the monk found peace, not by escaping pain, but by embracing it with wisdom. You, too, can choose not to let pain harden your heart. You can choose the path of softness and strength. To close, let us try a simple meditation for the end of your day. Sit or lie down comfortably. Gently bring your awareness to your breath. With each inhale, repeat silently, this breath is a breeze of compassion sustaining me. With each exhale, whisper within, this pain will pass. I rest in calm. Your body may still ache, but how you regard that pain can shift. A little stronger, a little softer, with each breath. Somewhere in this world, at this very moment, there is someone going through pain just like yours. Think of them and offer a wish of compassion. May anyone suffering as I am also find peace. May they be free from fear. This spirit of compassion moves outward to others, but gently circles back to cradle your own heart. The pain illness brings may not disappear, but how we hold that pain can change right now in this breath. Even in your pain, you are awake, and that wakeful heart still breathes with a quiet breeze of kindness. May the stories we shared today have offered a small refuge in your heart. And if one day your pain deepens and your heart begins to tremble, may you return to these words and remember the compassion and wisdom that still live within you. We'll pause this story here. If ever you return, know that another teaching of the Buddha will be quietly waiting. May your day be peaceful, and may a warm breath of kindness always accompany you through pain.